Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're thrilled to have you here today. Have you ever wondered if there's more to this world than what meets the eye? Have you ever questioned whether the people we've lost still have a way of communicating with us, even after they've passed? Today, we're diving deep into a question that has fascinated many for centuries. Can spirits send messages to the living? And if they can, how do we recognize them? It's a mystery that has intrigued humans from all cultures and walks of life. There are countless stories about people feeling the presence of loved ones who have passed, receiving signs, or even having conversations with spirits. But how do we make sense of it all? Is it all just coincidence? Or is there something more going on? Today, we're going to explore different ways spirits might communicate with us, and together, we'll attempt to uncover the truth behind these mysterious phenomena. We've all had those moments when something unexplainable happens, right? Maybe you've heard a sound in your home that has no logical explanation, or perhaps you've had a vivid dream about a loved one who has passed. These moments can be unsettling, but they can also spark a deep curiosity. Is it possible that these experiences are more than just our imagination? Can they be messages from the other side? These are the kinds of questions that keep many of us up at night, wondering if there's something, or someone, trying to reach out to us from beyond the veil. Now think about it for a second. Have you ever felt like you were being watched, even when you were alone? Or perhaps you've experienced something as simple as a flickering light, or a cold breeze brushing against you in an empty room. Some people believe that these could be signs from spirits, trying to let us know they're still around, still watching over us. If you've ever felt that way, you're not alone. Many people have experienced similar things, and in this video, we're going to explore what they might mean, and how spirits could be trying to communicate with us. But what about the more subtle signs? What if spirits don't always make their presence known in dramatic ways, but instead send us more quiet, less obvious signals? Maybe it's a smell, like the scent of a favorite flower, or a perfume that reminds you of someone special. Or maybe it's a sudden thought or memory that pops into your mind at just the right moment. Could these be signs too? It's fascinating to think that the messages we're looking for might not always be as loud and clear as we expect, but instead come to us in more mysterious ways. Throughout this video, we'll take a closer look at how spirits might send us messages. We'll explore some of the most common ways people believe spirits communicate, from dreams to physical signs, and even through mediums who claim to have the ability to connect with the other side. We'll hear stories from people who've had these experiences firsthand, and take a deep dive into the possible explanations behind them. Is it a coincidence? Or is there something truly supernatural at work? But before we begin this journey into the unknown, we want to make sure you're part of the conversation. If you're excited about this topic, be sure to like this video to let us know you're interested, and share it with your friends and family who might also find this topic intriguing. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you can stay updated on all our future videos about spirituality, the supernatural, and everything in between. We've got so much more to explore together, and we don't want you to miss a thing. So, are you ready to uncover the truth? Are you ready to explore the mysterious ways spirits might send messages to the living? If you've ever had a strange experience or felt like there's more to life than we can see, you're in the right place. Stay with us as we explore the different ways spirits might be trying to communicate with us, and together, we'll discover whether there's a message just waiting to be heard. Let's dive in. One of the most common ways spirits are believed to send messages is through dreams. Dreams are often considered a bridge between the physical world and the spiritual realm. For centuries, people have looked to their dreams for insights, guidance, and sometimes even answers to questions that they couldn't solve while awake. It's said that the spirit world communicates with us in our sleep, as our minds are more open and receptive during this time. In many cultures, dreams have been seen as sacred moments where the boundaries between life and death blur, allowing spirits to reach out to the living. While we are sleeping, we are thought to be closer to the unseen world, making it the perfect time for spirits to attempt communication. For those who believe in the afterlife, or the idea that the soul continues to exist after death, dreams are often seen as a direct link to loved ones who have passed on. In these dreams, spirits may appear to deliver important messages, offer guidance, or even issue warnings. These encounters in dreams are said to be vivid clear and incredibly real, often leaving those who experience them with a profound sense of peace or a feeling that they've received something important. The messages conveyed in these dreams can vary greatly depending on the individual's situation, but they tend to carry emotional weight and offer comfort or insight. Many people share stories about their experiences with deceased loved ones appearing to them in dreams. These dreams often bring a sense of closure, allowing the person to process grief or resolve unfinished business. Some describe vivid dreams where they have conversations with their lost loved ones, sometimes receiving advice or reassurance about their lives, relationships, or decisions. Others report experiencing dreams where the deceased appear happy and at peace, offering a sense of relief and comfort that they are in a better place. For example, imagine a person who has lost a beloved parent. After weeks of mourning and unanswered questions, they have a dream in which their parent appears, smiling and telling them that everything will be all right. The dream is so vivid that it feels more like a real encounter than just a memory or an imagined moment. For this person, the dream serves as a powerful reminder that their loved one is still watching over them, offering guidance and support, even from beyond the grave. The sense of peace that this dream provides can be a healing experience, helping the person find the strength to move forward. Another common experience involves people dreaming about deceased loved ones who provide important messages, sometimes relating to the future. For instance, there are stories of individuals dreaming about a relative who passed away years ago, only to wake up with a sense of clarity about an important decision in their life. This could be anything from choosing a new job to moving to a different city, and in the dream, the deceased relative might have given them the nudge they needed to take action. Such dreams can leave individuals feeling like they've received divine guidance, something that's hard to ignore. The messages conveyed through these dreams are often very specific. It's not just a fleeting image or an abstract feeling, but a clear interaction that holds meaning. For example, a woman may dream of her grandmother, who passed away years ago, and in that dream, the grandmother might be wearing a specific piece of jewelry that the woman has been considering wearing for an upcoming event. The message could be a subtle reminder of something important to the woman, like an ancestral connection, or even advice about the event. When the woman wakes up, she may feel that the dream wasn't just a random occurrence, but a deliberate message from her grandmother, one that has deep emotional significance. There are also instances where individuals dream of loved ones who have passed on in order to offer protection or warning. For example, there are stories where someone's parent or grandparent appears in a dream and warns them of potential danger, such as avoiding a risky situation or making an important decision with caution. These dreams may seem surreal at first, but upon reflection, they carry a powerful sense of urgency. People who have experienced such dreams often claim that they've followed the advice or warning in the dream, only to later find out that their intuition was right. These dreams are often seen as messages from beyond, guiding the dreamer in the right direction and protecting them from harm. But how do we know if a dream is truly a message from the spirit world or simply a product of our subconscious mind? There's no definitive answer to this question, as it largely depends on the individual's beliefs and the emotional significance of the dream. However, many people who believe in spirit communication feel that the vividness and emotional impact of these dreams set them apart from ordinary dreams. They often describe these dreams as being more vivid, more real, and more meaningful than typical dreams they've had. In some cases, the dreams are so powerful that they linger long after waking, leaving the dreamer with a deep sense of connection to the deceased and a feeling that they've received something important. So why would spirits choose dreams as a means of communication? It's thought that dreams provide a space where the living are more open to receiving messages. Our conscious minds are often busy during the day, filled with worries, tasks, and distractions. But when we sleep, our minds are less cluttered, and we're more likely to be open to messages from the spiritual realm. The state of deep sleep is often seen as a place where the boundaries between the material world and the spirit world become thinner, allowing for clearer communication. Another reason dreams may be used is that they are often seen as symbols. Spirits may use symbolic images or scenarios in dreams to convey messages that would be too difficult to explain in a direct, conscious way. These symbols can vary greatly depending on the individual's personal experiences, memories, and emotions. For example, a spirit may appear as a bird in a dream, symbolizing freedom or a new beginning, or as a specific flower that holds deep meaning for the dreamer. The interpretation of these symbols can help the living understand the message the spirit is trying to convey. While many people find comfort in these types of dreams, it's important to note that not everyone believes that dreams are a form of spirit communication. Skeptics may argue that dreams are simply a result of the brain processing emotions, memories, and subconscious thoughts. However, for those who have experienced vivid dreams involving deceased loved ones, the emotional impact is undeniable. Whether the dream is a product of the mind or a true message from the other side, the experience often provides a sense of peace, closure, or guidance that can be life-changing. Dreams also hold a special place in the traditions of many cultures around the world. In some spiritual practices, dreams are seen as sacred moments when the soul leaves the body and connects with other realms. Some cultures even have specific rituals or prayers meant to encourage communication with spirits through dreams. For example, in some Native American traditions, dreams are considered a way for ancestors to communicate with the living, offering guidance and wisdom. In conclusion, while we may never truly know for certain whether dreams are messages from the spirit world, many people find solace in the idea that our loved ones are still with us, guiding us through life in ways we may not fully understand. Whether through dreams, signs, or other methods, the belief that spirits communicate with the living offers comfort, healing, and a sense of connection that transcends the boundaries of life and death. But dreams aren't the only way spirits might communicate. Let's explore some other methods they may use. Not all messages from the spirit world come through dreams. While dreams are an incredibly powerful means of communication, many people experience what could be described as more subtle, yet equally profound, forms of spiritual contact. These encounters often come in the form of intuitive feelings or physical signs, things that are hard to explain but seem undeniably connected to the presence of a spirit. These sensations, often described as feelings of being watched, hearing unexplained noises, or sensing an invisible presence, can leave those who experience them with a deep sense of awe or sometimes fear. But for others, they can be a way of confirming that their loved ones are still around, communicating with them in ways that are far less direct than in dreams. One of the most common experiences reported by people who feel they've encountered spirits is a sense of being watched. This feeling can occur when someone is alone, in a quiet room, or in a place that holds emotional significance. The sensation is often accompanied by an inexplicable shiver or a feeling of warmth or coldness. Many believe that this is a spirit's way of reaching out, especially in places that have emotional or spiritual resonance. For example, someone might feel watched in a family home after a loved one passes away, or in a location that the deceased person frequented during their life. It's as though the spirit is still present, perhaps standing in the same spot they once occupied, watching over their loved ones. Another common intuitive experience involves feelings of comfort or warmth. People often describe having a sudden sense of peace or calm when they're going through a difficult time, especially after losing a loved one. These feelings sometimes arrive at moments when we're feeling most vulnerable, providing comfort in the form of warmth or a sudden sense of being held. Many believe that this sense of comfort can be a sign that a spirit is nearby, offering reassurance or simply letting the person know they are not alone. These sensations can be brief but deeply moving, and for some, they provide a profound sense of connection to the other side. There are also people who report a more specific type of intuition, such as hearing a loved one's voice or receiving messages in the form of thoughts or ideas that seem to come from nowhere. Sometimes, these experiences happen at a time when the person is making a significant life decision or facing a crossroads. It's as though the spirit is offering guidance, nudging the person in a particular direction, or providing them with clarity in their moment of uncertainty. These experiences are often described as being incredibly vivid and personal, and they can leave the person feeling as if they've received a clear message from beyond the physical world. In addition to these intuitive feelings, there are physical signs that many people believe to be spiritual in nature. These signs are often startling, especially when they happen without any apparent explanation. One of the most common physical signs reported is flickering lights. It's not uncommon for people to experience light bulbs flickering on and off without any apparent cause. Sometimes it's only one light that flickers, but on other occasions, entire rooms seem to experience strange electrical behavior. Many people report that the flickering occurs when they are thinking about a loved one who has passed, or when they're feeling particularly emotional or connected to the deceased. In some cases, the flickering lights are seen as a sign that the spirit of a loved one is trying to make their presence known, signaling their continued connection to the living. Another common physical sign is the movement of objects. This can be as simple as an object being moved from one place to another without any human interference. People have reported things like pictures or framed photos falling off walls, keys mysteriously relocating to different areas of the house, or furniture being found in a different position than where it was left. These types of events are often described as being impossible to explain through natural means, leading some to believe that spirits may be behind these seemingly random occurrences. Some believe that spirits use physical manipulation of objects as a way of drawing attention to their presence, especially when they want to send a message to someone in particular. For example, a family member might find a cherished item that was long lost, seemingly placed in a spot they hadn't checked before. This could be interpreted as a sign that the spirit has left the item there as a message, perhaps indicating that they are still watching over them. Unexplained sounds are another physical sign that many people attribute to spirits. These sounds can range from knocking noises to footsteps or even voices. Some people report hearing the sound of someone calling their name when no one is around, or the sound of a door creaking open, even though it hasn't moved. These sounds can sometimes be so vivid and realistic that they leave the person feeling as though they have actually heard something physical. The presence of these sounds often seems to coincide with moments of emotional significance, such as when someone is grieving, remembering a lost loved one, or feeling uncertain about an important decision. For some, these sounds are comforting, as if the spirit is trying to reach out and offer reassurance or guidance. While some of these physical signs could be explained by natural causes, others seem to defy conventional logic, leaving many to believe that they are connected to the spiritual realm. For example, electrical malfunctions can sometimes be attributed to faulty wiring or changes in temperature. But when these issues occur during emotionally charged moments, they take on a more personal meaning. Similarly, objects moving without explanation could be dismissed as the result of wind or vibrations. But when they happen repeatedly, or in specific circumstances, they are often seen as a deliberate action by a spirit trying to make contact. For those who believe in the presence of spirits, these signs and sensations are often seen as confirmations that their loved ones or other spirits are nearby, trying to communicate with them. Whether it's through a sudden feeling of warmth or comfort, an unexplained noise, or an object moving on its own, these physical signs can offer a sense of connection to the other side, providing comfort and reassurance that loved ones continue to watch over them. But what about those who are more sensitive to these energies? Some individuals claim to experience these types of intuitive feelings and physical signs more intensely than others. These people often describe themselves as being empaths or having heightened sensitivity to spiritual energy. They may be more aware of the presence of spirits and more attuned to the subtle messages they are trying to convey. These individuals often report feeling or sensing spirits more easily and may even communicate with them directly. For these people, the physical signs and intuitive feelings are just one aspect of a broader, more immersive experience with the spiritual world. So, what about those who have special abilities? Can they help us connect with the spirit world? Let's explore that next. Some people are believed to have a unique ability to bridge the gap between the living and the spiritual realm. These individuals are known as mediums, and their ability to connect with the world of spirits has been both revered and debated for centuries. Mediums claim to be able to receive messages from spirits and relay these messages to the living. This type of communication can be profoundly meaningful, offering closure, comfort, and even guidance to those seeking answers from beyond the grave. The practice of mediumship has existed in various forms throughout history, and many cultures have their own traditions of connecting with the spiritual world. Some mediums communicate with spirits through physical sensations, while others may hear voices, see visions, or even experience the emotions of the deceased. The specific abilities of each medium vary, but they all share a common goal: to provide a connection between the living and those who have passed on. In modern times, mediums often work as spiritual counselors, offering their services to individuals who are grieving the loss of a loved one or seeking guidance. These professionals claim to have a heightened sensitivity to the energies of the spirit world, allowing them to receive messages from deceased individuals. Some mediums may work one-on-one with clients, while others perform public readings, where they attempt to make contact with spirits on behalf of a group of people. Regardless of the setting, the goal of the medium is to act as a conduit, delivering messages from the other side to those who are still living. One of the most compelling aspects of mediumship is the profound sense of comfort that it can provide. Many individuals who seek out mediums are struggling with grief, unanswered questions, or a sense of loss. When a medium is able to relay specific personal information that only the deceased could have known, it can offer a sense of peace and closure that is difficult to find elsewhere. The belief that the spirit of a loved one is still with them, offering guidance or reassurance, can help people cope with their loss and continue their lives with a renewed sense of hope. To illustrate the power of mediumship, let's take a look at a real-life example. A woman named Sarah, who had recently lost her mother, sought out a medium after months of struggling with her grief. She was unable to find peace after her mother's death, feeling as though there were unresolved issues between them. Sarah visited a well-known medium who had a reputation for delivering accurate and comforting messages. During the reading, the medium began by describing Sarah's mother, providing details about her appearance, her personality, and even the way she had passed. Sarah was shocked by how specific the medium's descriptions were. They were details that could only have come from her mother. The medium then relayed a message that Sarah's mother had wanted to share with her. The message was deeply personal, related to an important event in Sarah's life that her mother had always worried about. The medium also described a symbol, a necklace that Sarah's mother used to wear, that held great significance in their relationship. At first, Sarah was stunned by the accuracy of the information, but as the reading continued, she began to feel a deep sense of comfort. It was as though her mother was right there with her, offering reassurance and love from the other side. For Sarah, the reading with the medium provided the closure she had been seeking for months. The specific messages from her mother helped her make peace with her grief, and she was able to move forward with a renewed sense of connection to her mother's spirit. While some skeptics might argue that the medium's abilities were simply coincidental, or the result of intuitive guessing, for Sarah, the experience felt profoundly real and healing. This is just one example of how mediumship can provide comfort and closure to those who are grieving. Many people have similar stories of connecting with deceased loved ones through mediums, and for them, the experience is deeply meaningful. Whether the medium is able to provide specific details about the deceased or simply offer a sense of peace, these readings often have a lasting impact on the person receiving the message. Despite the many touching stories of mediumship, the practice is not without its critics. Skeptics argue that mediums are simply using psychological tricks or cold reading techniques to gather information about clients, which they then use to fabricate messages from the deceased. Cold reading involves making general statements or asking leading questions that allow the medium to gather information from the client without them realizing it. For example, a medium might say, "I'm sensing a woman who passed away from a disease. Was it cancer?" And based on the client's response, they can tailor the message accordingly. While some mediums may be accused of using these techniques, many others insist that their abilities go beyond mere trickery. They claim that they are simply receiving messages from the spirit world, and that their ability to do so is a gift or skill that they have honed over time. For these mediums, the process of receiving messages is often described as a deeply spiritual and intuitive experience, one that cannot be easily explained by psychology or coincidence. Some scientists and psychologists have conducted studies on mediumship to determine whether there is any empirical evidence to support the claims made by mediums. While some studies have found that mediums are able to provide information that is difficult to explain by conventional means, others have concluded that their abilities can be attributed to psychological phenomena, such as the power of suggestion or the brain's tendency to find patterns in random information. These debates continue to fuel the skepticism surrounding mediumship, and it remains a subject of controversy among both spiritual communities and scientific circles. Despite the skepticism that surrounds mediumship, many people find comfort in the messages they receive from mediums. For some, these messages serve as proof that there is life after death, and that the spirits of their loved ones continue to watch over them. For others, the experience of communicating with a medium provides a sense of healing, helping them come to terms with their grief and move forward in their lives. In many cases, mediumship serves as a form of spiritual healing. While it may not provide definitive proof of the afterlife, it can offer something equally valuable: the feeling that we are not alone, that our loved ones continue to care for us, and that they are still with us in some form. The messages from mediums can provide clarity and closure, allowing individuals to let go of unresolved emotions and move forward with their lives. However, these methods of spirit communication are not without their controversies. Whether through intuitive feelings, physical signs, or the work of mediums, there is always a certain level of skepticism and doubt surrounding the practice. While some people believe in the validity of these experiences, others remain unconvinced, offering alternative explanations based on psychology, coincidence, or the power of suggestion. Let's wrap up and consider everything we've learned. Throughout this video, we've taken an in-depth look at the fascinating ways spirits might communicate with the living. We've explored different methods that people believe can bridge the gap between the physical world and the spiritual realm. Whether through vivid dreams, subtle intuitive feelings, physical signs that seem unexplainable, or through the work of mediums who claim to channel messages from the other side, each of these methods holds its own unique mystery and significance. We started by diving into dreams, where many believe spirits can visit us in our sleep to deliver messages, offer guidance, or provide comfort. Dreams can be a powerful way for spirits to make their presence felt, with some individuals experiencing vivid and deeply emotional encounters with deceased loved ones. These dreams are often so real and full of detail that they leave a lasting impression, and in many cases, provide closure or a sense of peace to those who have lost someone dear. Then we explored intuitive feelings and physical signs, another common way that spirits are believed to reach out. Some people report sensing the presence of a spirit, feeling as though someone is watching over them or offering comfort during times of grief. Additionally, physical signs like flickering lights, objects moving without explanation, or unexplained sounds are often thought to be the work of spirits trying to communicate. These occurrences can be unsettling, but for many, they also offer proof that their loved ones are still with them in some form, watching over them and offering guidance. Finally, we took a closer look at mediums, those special individuals who claim to have the ability to connect with the spiritual realm and relay messages from the other side. Mediums have long been seen as conduits between the living and the dead, and their work has touched the lives of countless people seeking connection, closure, and comfort. Through their abilities, mediums are said to be able to communicate specific messages from spirits, offering insight, guidance, or even reassurance that those who have passed on are still with us, looking after us. Throughout our exploration, we've seen how these methods, whether more subtle or more overt, can help individuals feel closer to their loved ones and provide comfort during times of loss. The possibility that our loved ones continue to exist in some form, that they can still communicate with us from the other side, offers a sense of hope and connection that transcends physical death. For many, these messages provide not only healing, but also a deep sense of peace, knowing that their loved ones are still watching over them. However, it's important to acknowledge that these experiences are deeply personal and subjective. While many people find comfort in these forms of spiritual communication, others may be skeptical, seeing these occurrences as mere coincidences or psychological phenomena. The debate around mediumship and the ability to communicate with the spirit world remains a hot topic, with varying opinions on whether these experiences are genuine or simply the result of our subconscious minds. Nonetheless, Whether you believe in these methods or not, there's no denying that they have a profound impact on those who experience them, offering both comfort and closure in a way that nothing else can. As we close this video, we want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced something that you believe was a message from a spirit? Whether it was a vivid dream, a strange feeling, an unexplainable physical sign, or even a session with a medium, we'd love to hear your story. Leave a comment below and share your experiences with us. Your story might resonate with someone else who is going through something similar, and together, we can continue to explore the mysteries of the spiritual world. If you found this video interesting and would like to learn more about the fascinating world of spirituality, be sure to like this video to show your support. If you know someone who might be interested in this topic, share it with them. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can stay updated on more fascinating spiritual content that will leave you thinking, wondering, and exploring the unknown. Thank you for joining us on this journey today. We hope this video has sparked curiosity, provided insight, and perhaps even brought you closer to understanding the mysterious ways in which spirits might communicate with the living. Remember, whether through dreams, intuitive feelings, physical signs, or mediums, the spirit world has its ways of reaching out, and we are always open to discovering more. Stay curious, stay connected, and we'll see you in the next video.